Hey, good morning. Kennedy Miller here. Thank you for joining our 21 Next. Also have TJ Anthony here as well. He's been working on a pretty important story regarding a Haitian community. So if you don't already know, Trump administration trying once again to end temporary protected status for over 350,000 Haitians here in the U.S. So that basically means come February, they would be deported unless they have another legal way of staying here. And TJ, I know that you spoke to an immigration attorney earlier today, and they've actually said that they've seen a rise in these clients. So tell us, what stood out the most to you in that interview?
Yeah, Kennedy. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth about the TPS status originally because a judge blocked it. So now it's enacted. So really just got a call from this immigration attorney. And he did tell me that they've really just never been this busy. He said they're getting a ton of referrals, especially after that temporary protected status changed for hundreds of thousands of immigrants, Haitian immigrants in the country alone. But he also said not only is he getting people walking in, coming in, asking for his help from Haiti, but he's also getting Venezuelan nationals as well, and also Afghan nationals. So just a lot of people coming in, asking for his help, asking for service. And when I actually did the interview with him just a few hours ago, we even saw one person walk in seeking service too. And he made it clear, though, that if someone is here illegally, then they are not able to help them get a visa, as opposed to someone who did come here legally, that's on a visa or under the temporary protection status and is looking for legal options to stay in the U.S. Now, you're looking at some video of what was going on in Haiti, and the immigration attorney did tell me that the TPS status was enacted back when Haiti had that catastrophic earthquake that really just shook the community to its core, damaged so many homes, and displaced hundreds of thousands of people. So that's why a lot of them were looking for homes. But he also said that a lot of Haitians sought out the U.S. or sought out other countries because it's simply just not safe for them living there. He said he had one client that owned a barbershop there, and his barbershop was burned down because he wouldn't pay a group of individuals money to have the barbershop there. And he said there's just a lot of gang violence going on in Haiti, so it's just simply not safe. And most of the time when temporary protection statuses get enacted, it's to help a country. And then when it gets dropped, it's because that country is in a better place versus when it was put in place. We're talking about that TPS status. So I spoke with the immigration attorney about whether or not he thinks that the TPS status should be dropped. Go ahead and take a listen to what he had to say.
Looking at it at a legal standpoint, and a purely legal standpoint, the conditions have not changed in these countries, which is a requirement for a change or a dissolution of the TPS.
So it was interesting kind of hearing him talk about it. And Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, did acknowledge that the humanitarian political problems faced by crisis kind of stricken Haiti, including what she called widespread gang violence. So she did acknowledge that. But she did say extending that TPS policy would be at odds with U.S. interests. So that's kind of why a lot of Haitians now are kind of seeking out the legal service of Compass Immigration Legal Service to kind of see what other options that they have. And the lawyer that I spoke with did tell me that there are other options at play, especially if they have family that live here, that who are legally allowed to be here and who are U.S. citizens. There are visas that people can get if they have family here. Also, work visas too, if a workplace is willing to sponsor someone. And there's also visas for people who are at a university getting a degree, furthering their education. So he said there are certain things here for people to help them if they do want to stay here. But he did make it very clear that if someone is here illegally and was not initially here on a visa or on a TPS, then there's really nothing that he could do to help them.
Did he mention any, major concerns that he has as this, TSP protection, is getting ready to expire?
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that. So, during the interview, he allowed me to speak to someone that is a part of the Haitian community that is a U.S. citizen. He moved here, though, from Haiti, and he was not originally a U.S. citizen. And that individual constantly gives the lawyer that I spoke to a lot of referrals for people seeking his counsel, seeking his help. And the person I spoke to, the man who's from Haiti, he did tell me he's worried about people going back to his country and possibly even facing death. He said that is very much a possibility there with a lot of the widespread gang violence going on there. And he's also worried about the opportunity too. He said a lot of these people moved here, they have businesses, they started families here, and some of them even have kids that were born here and they are US citizens because they were born here. And if they go back to Haiti, he doesn't know what that will mean for his family, for their family.
And did he mention anything about any major steps, TPS holders need to take immediately as this looming deadline is, set to expire?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, there are certain things that you could do, including you could seek out visas through a school if you're trying to further your education, or you could also seek out a visa through your job as well. Or if you do have family members who are US citizens, there's a way you can get a visa through that too that he spoke about. So there are ways to help. And if certain people do want to seek out more service, get legal counsel, Compass Immigration Legal Service, they are a nonprofit, and they are there as a resource.
And, just with these next couple of months, what do you think that will look like, for families as this is set to expire soon?
I think it will look like just a new reality, really, for a lot of these families. Some of them will have to face the reality of going back to Haiti, and what that could look like really could vary. As I mentioned, the individual I spoke with who's from Haiti says some of them very well could face anything as serious as death if they do go back to their home country.
And could you tell us, biggest takeaway from your interview today that you want viewers to know before they watch your full story this evening?
Really, that there are other options at play, specifically if someone did come here legally on a green card or under a temporary protected status, which, is that, there are visas through workplace, through schools, or through families that they still can get to. So there are resources and there are a lot of people, that they can seek out like counsel to kind of help guide them through that process to be here legally.
And I know that this is going to impact, thousands of families here in Central PA. So, have you spoken to any of these families? How are they reacting to all of this?
Yeah, so I had a chance to speak with a good amount of Haitian individuals in central Pennsylvania. Honestly, a lot of them were afraid to even do an interview on camera. So that just kind of speaks volumes as to, how this is impacting the community and just their mood. I also spoke to a pastor too, who has a church in the Cumberland County area. And he did tell me attendance has dropped significantly. They went from week after week having hundreds of people, around 350 people, to now having under 100 people attend their church service on a weekly basis. And he leads a Haitian church.
All right. Well, TJ, we appreciate you giving us a breakdown on your story. Again, that's going to air tonight, I believe, 5 and 6, right?
Correct. Yeah.
All right. 5 and 6 tonight. You can catch it on air. If you miss it on air, don't worry. We will also have an article attached as well with the broadcast. That'll be on our website, cbs21.com. TJ, thank you for joining the call, giving us this breakdown. And thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time for 21 Next.